Justin Bieber hits the strip club. We got to talk about this girl, but before we get into it, hello. My name is Sebastian, and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. So grab a snack and a drink, girl, and hit that subscribe button. I would be so incredibly grateful. Best friend, happy Thursday. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are feeling great. I hope you guys know how grateful I am. If this is the first time you're watching my channel, girl, why do I feel like I'm gonna go to like a dance battle? It's like, are you ready, Shirley? Let's see what you got. You know, like, girl, what are we doing? What's happening here? You know, I have no idea. But listen, this is the first time you're watching my channel. I do pop culture tea videos from my closet. I spill all the tea. I am your new, listen, they call me the, well, you know, I don't want to toot my own horn, girl. Hang on, how do I turn this on? But I'm your new tea fairy godmother. So I will make all your dreams come true, honey. So listen, it's like we're on a FaceTime call. I do 5 videos a day. Join if you like, join if you want, but please, girl, don't break my heart and subscribe. Can you see my really ugly nipples through this shirt, bitch? Okay, just pretend you don't, okay, girl, because it's giving little pepperonis. Girl, cut. Listen, how are you, best friend? I hope you guys are really, really good. I wanted just to say how grateful I am for each and every one of you. And let's get started because Justin Bieber, girl, he hit the strip club. So yesterday we talked a little bit about Justin Bieber partying and his dancing. You know, how a lot of people thought it was kind of erratic. And you know what, girl? I was like, girl, you know what? I didn't find it erratic. I was like, he is just having a great time. And you know, one thing about Justin is that, girl, he's going to dance weird. He's going to dance weird, and he's going to probably look a little weird. But listen, you know, his fashion choices. Here's the thing, best friend. I look like the old guy from Jurassic Park, right? I'm no one to judge, okay? Justin Bieber is Justin Biebering, okay? Justin Bieber is Justin Biebering. Listen, you know, we talked about this yesterday, and I didn't go into detail because now the whole new scandal has exploded about last night's video. And, you know, Justin was out with, I believe she's an artist. Her name is Sexy Red. And, you know, what is now being reported is that he was actually in a strip club. And now that's a whole different ballgame. A lot of people are saying, oh my God, what is happening? What's going on here? Let's talk about it. And everything exploded, okay? Everybody was saying, okay, first they were concentrating, like we talked about how Justin Bieber was like, you know, dancing and he was wearing that fur coat and this and that. But now everyone is talking about the fact that he was at a strip club, okay? And how it is so disrespectful towards Hailey, and it is so disrespectful that he is a new father and that he's never with his son. So let's talk about all of it, girl, okay? Strip clubs. What are your thoughts about a strip club? I know some people are for it, some people are not for it. They don't feel comfortable with their spouses going to the strip clubs. You know, I don't have an issue with the strip club, girl. You know, I've only been to a strip club once, and that was just not, girl, it was not it. I'll tell you about that a little bit later in the video, but girl, I ended up crying with the stripper. But listen, true story. You know, I think Justin, you know, unfortunately still does not either understand how society is viewing him, or he just simply does not care. And I'm leaning toward does not care because he's been in the game far too long to not understand how society works. He's been in the game far too long to understand that everything he does, action, words, anything he does and say is going to be, you know, talked about, it's going to be magnified, and it's going to be, you know, just put out there 10 times worse, because of course people are even going to put in their own 2 cents and probably make it worse than it really is. So that's one of the things that I think is also, you know, hurting him. And to be very honest, since the baby was born, there has been so many reports of like, oh, how come, you know, they're always out and about, this and that. Why is he never home? And now he's at a strip club. And, you know, listen, I think that, you know, it all goes down to your relationship. You know what I mean? I know plenty of friends who go to strip clubs and their spouses are okay with it. You know, I know plenty of friends who enjoy to go to a strip club, you know, after you know, work or with friends, or, you know, just kind of like a dinner and a show, you know what I mean? Like, everyone is entitled to listen, everyone is entitled to do what they want, right? But I will say that Justin Bieber is just not Justin Biebering. He's not helping himself. And quite frankly, he's not helping Hailey out, because Hailey, obviously, she does not look good. People are like, get your man. He's at a strip club. He's probably cheating on her. He's probably doing all crazy things, all sorts of things. She can never win, this and that. Like, he doesn't think about her. I think that he just is doing whatever he wants to do. I don't think he cares about what anyone has to say. I don't think that he even wants to bother of what anyone wants to say. That's what I really truly, I think he said, girl, I am done. He said, I am done with all of this. I don't give a damn what you say. Now, a lot of people are creating this narrative that he is allegedly on substances, okay? And that he is doing certain things, and that people allegedly saw him and this and that, and they're kind of like freezing each frame from videos and say, oh, that's proof, and that's proof, and that's proof, and that's proof. We'll never know, girl, unless we issue a drug test. Like, we're never gonna know if this man is doing anything, right? I think Justin has hit the space in his life where he could care less about anything and everyone. I think he could care actually less. I think he is Justin Biebering, and he is saying F every single person. I don't give a damn. I really truly think that's what's going on here. I really do. I think he gave up, girl. He gave up caring, honey. And look, I grew up incredibly bullied. I grew up, bullied from friends, from, schoolmates, work, family, this and that. And I really don't care now. But back then I did absolutely care. But you reach a certain point in your life where you're like, you know what, girl, say what the hell you want about me. I can never win anyways. And it is clear with Justin, he can never win. Most celebrities can never win, because either they're doing this bad, they're doing that bad, they're doing this bad, they're doing that bad. Now, do I think that him going to a strip club is bad? I don't. I really don't. I think he doesn't care what people say. So of course, he continues this, and it continues to grow the narrative. Now, personally, I wouldn't get myself into situations where I'm already being talked about so poorly, where I'm already being discussed, where I'm embarrassing my wife, where I'm, getting, parent shamed or whatever. Like, I would get myself into certain situations that are a little bit better for myself. You know what I mean? I wouldn't continue to allow the narrative to grow. But like I said, Justin just reached a point in his life where he just doesn't give a damn, girl. And maybe he should. But who does give a damn? I do believe Hailey Bieber does give a damn, girl. Oh, I believe Hailey Bieber gives a damn, honey. She gives a damn and a half, girl, okay? But what do you guys think about Justin going to a strip club? What do you think about him, continuously to just grow this narrative? I even saw a comment from a Justin Bieber fan saying, like, Justin, it's so hard to defend you when you keep creating these environments for yourself and displaying this behavior. So what do you think about that? Oh, I remember going to that strip club, girl. I didn't know I was going to a strip club. We were out with some friends who are no longer friends with, and it was like we had such, oh yeah, we went bowling. I think we went bowling, and it was so great. And then we were like drinking at the bowling, and they were like, oh, should we continue the party, this and that? And we're like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then one of the friends, they're all straight, was like, oh, I know this really cool place, like, Sebastian, you're gonna love it. And I'm like, okay, girl, cool. And I don't care about places. I'm just like, okay, I go with the flow. And then I get there, and it's a strip club, and I'm like, oh, I've never been to a strip club before. Girl, when I go in there, honey, it was mayhem. I've never seen something like that, okay? I saw people touching. I saw it was like, is this a strip club, or is this some underground, like, SEX thing? Because, like, what's going on here, girl? And I saw this girl, like, after I started getting shots, but super fucking expensive too. I started getting shots, and then I got drunk, and then I saw this, like, stripper sitting at a table, and I went up to her, and I think she was on a break, I don't know. And I went up to her, and I was like, hey, like, how are you? And she goes, I'm good. And, we started talking about, like, does she like her job? She asked me what I do, this and that. I think her name was Marina or something. And then all of a sudden, she gets really quiet, and I'm like, what's going on? She starts crying that her ex-boyfriend, this and that, left her with a bunch of bills and this and that, and then she doesn't know how to get out of this, and she's doing that to pay her bills. And I started just, just, speaking. I thought I was an emotional, freaking TED Talk bitch. I said, you are worth it, Marina. You are worth it. You get on that fucking pole, you dance your ass off. And I was like, you love it here? You feel good here? You feel safe here? Then you fucking do it, and you do it amazing. Don't let your ex-boyfriend dim your light, girl. You better shine doing what you love. Shine doing what you want. And I just remember, like, amping her up and this and that. It was nice. And then we started crying, because I think something about our grandmas, and it was great. You know what, girl? It was great. It was great. I think I did add her on Instagram. I don't exactly remember, but pretty sure we did add each other on Instagram. But anyways, girl, listen, I just remember, like, us hugging, and I got glitter on me, and, she was like, oh my God, it'd be so funny, you should get on the pole. And I was like, no, I'll get kicked out. She was like, you'll get kicked out, but it would be super fun. And then she's like, asked me what kind of moves I would do. And then I told her I have a little bit of man boobs, so I would probably, like, do something, very sexy. It was fun. It was fun. Anyways, shout out to Marina. Listen, what do we think about Justin going to strip club? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you all. I'm so grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. I don't take any of you for granted. And now get ready, best friend, because we are about to do our wish. So if you guys are new to my channel, anytime you see my fairy tea godmother wand, it is time for you to make a wish, okay? So make a wish, best friend. Think of the things you want the most. Visualize it, feel it. And when I say the magic words, I want you to embrace it like it already happened. Ready? Beedity, bobbity, oh girl, it didn't work. Hang on, girl. Beedity, bobbity,